Hello, YouTube. This was an extraordinarily impromptu stream. I was not planning on streaming today at all, and then this kind of fell into my lap. So, so let's see what we can get into. Lovely to see your beautiful faces. Getting the usual self-promotion out of the way. Bear with me a moment here. Right. All right. All right. So, oh. So as usual, we'll allow some time for some folks to get in. You know how we do. All right. So, give a few minutes. Give me some time to caffeinate myself. I was not planning on doing any repairs today, and then this one came in, and I'll explain why I'm actually doing this repair momentarily. I mean, obviously, you can see the title, so you know what the symptoms are. But I knew this console was coming in, and it was for a different reason. And suddenly, this became a much more interesting repair. So, figured why not stream it? So, give another 5 minutes or so, let some people get in here, and we will have ourselves a grand old time. What's going on, Chris? Good to see you, brother. Got another 5 minutes or so before we get started on these repairs. Well, this repair, I should say. We're only doing one. But it should be an interesting one, so we'll see how it goes. First of all, love the shirt. Big Rangoon attire. Wow. That's the baby we're working on today. So, just gonna give it another couple minutes here, let some folks get in, make sure that we can have ourselves a grand old time today. And that's exactly what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna have ourselves a grand old time today. And just make sure all the cameras are set up properly. Alright, that should do. Microscope cam. There we go. Okay, microscope cam is good. Awesome. Alright. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a similar situation to what I'm working with here. So, I mean, first of all, an OLED for $100, mwah, money. That's delicious. Needed new Joy-Con rails. Jacked up the connectors. Oh man, those connectors are a pain in the ass to replace too. I mean, you might have saw it last week when I was working on the connector for the daughter board on the Switch Lite. Nightmares. They're all nightmares. I hate those connectors so much. I'm gonna hang tight for about another minute and a half here. Give some time for some people to jump on in. We will get things going. It's gonna be. I wasn't planning on streaming today. I was literally going to take the day off and just hang around the house, get some housework done, and then this came in, and I'll tell the story once I get into things. But as you can tell by the title, it's something that's worth streaming about because that's a unusual issue. So. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad it worked out for you. I hate those connectors, man. I am gigantic. I'm 6'4". My hands are huge, and messing around with those tiny connectors, especially with the. Oh, hello. I saw that. You can't delete it. I saw it. I saw that with my eyes. Um, there it is. Hello. Lovely to see your face, even though I can't see your face. Yeah, so messing with those tiny connectors, especially with the small solder joints and everything, and using hot air to try and get the connectors into place with all the other small pieces. I hate working on switches. It's so many small pieces. All right, we are at the 10-minute mark, so we will go ahead and begin. So, as previously mentioned, this is the console we are working with. This is a repeat customer. From my understanding, this is not the same console I worked on previously, although it does look familiar, so it could be. This is a PS5 digital. You see there's no disc drive. It is a digital edition. Customer stated that he was having trouble connecting the controller to the console. No matter what controllers he tried, it just nothing worked. So I said, sure, bring it in. You know, it's probably a controller issue, but you know, bring it in and we'll check it out anyway. So he brought me the console, and I go to turn it on. I'll bring the camera around so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. I'll just plug this in real quick. All right, so turn it on, and then we have this right here. We have no power. We have nothing. And if I press it long enough, you'll hear a beep. But there's no light, there's no nothing. And then it just goes back to every 30 seconds just beeping. Yeah. Beep, but no light. So, oh. Where are we? There we go. Okay, so obviously that was not what it was brought in for. So I had to call the customer and be like, "Hey man, this isn't turning on. This isn't what you brought it to me for." And I told him, I'm like, I can still work on it. It's just not going to be the quick and easy fix that I thought it was. And he told me to go ahead and work on it. So we're going to go ahead and work on it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and work on it, shall we? Woo, boy, okay. Well, we are already getting into all kinds of... Oh, man. Okay, hang on a second. Okay. Well, I'm already not looking forward to this. So, let's bring the camera over real quick. We have liquid damage. There we go. Get a nice angle on that. We have liquid inside the console. We have more liquid damage. And we have roaches. The trifecta of fucked up console. So, this is going to be very unpleasant. Alright, well, let me document this for the customer. Hang on. Just a moment. Send these over to the customer. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have. I mean, I take roaches in pretty frequently. It's just something that comes as part of the job. I charge extra for it. I always charge a pest fee anytime it happens, even if I don't fix the console. Normally, if I can't fix it, I won't charge anything. But if there's roaches, I'm charging a pest fee because I have to sanitize my station. I have to sanitize the console. It's a whole process. So that's why I'm sending it over to the customer now, just to make sure he's aware that even if I can't get it working again, that I'm still charging my pest fee. So I just want to make sure he's okay with it before I continue working on it. So we'll hang tight for just a second while I make sure he's okay with it. And in the meantime, I'm going to go get some supplies to help clean out these bugs. So bear with me just a moment. Ugh. All right. So while we're waiting on an answer, I'll at least clean up the area. It's the least I can do. I don't have gloves. I wish I did. Ugh. Alright, where's my alcohol? So, I mean, if this liquid got down to the board, then, I mean, obviously that's going to be at least part of our problem. Ooh. Alright, so just taking care of some of the board debris for right now. Oh, it's so sticky. It's probably soda if I had to guess. So this is not the same console I worked on previously, because the warranty sticker is still in place, and that would definitely be removed. Oh yeah, I could see some of the liquid went down into the vent holes down here, so I would assume we probably have some liquid damage on the board. Yeah, I'd be willing to bet. So we're gonna hang out for a second. Let me at least get some of this dust out of here. Okay, customer said he's good with it, so we'll go ahead and keep tearing it down. keep that nearby. I'm sure I'm going to need it. Okay. I really don't want to do this on my desk, but I'm going to have to. Just to give you guys an accurate... What the hell was that? One of my cats is being weird. Alright. So, let's go ahead and get this underway. Sorry, customer again. All right, so here we are. All right, screwdriver ready. Let's go ahead and start tearing this thing apart. Where's my other screwdriver? Very important. There it is. Okay. I need to keep my alcohol on deck to take care of these roaches. In case you don't know, alcohol kills roaches very, very quickly. So keep it around if you're working on roach-based consoles. It is extraordinarily helpful. Yep. Got some more carcasses in there. Let's get the warranty sticker off. Before I do that, let's get the screws. More little roach bits. Alright. Well, let's see if we can see any friends while we're taking out this fan, shall we? Alright, keep the alcohol at the ready and remove the fan. No friends so far. Alright, I mean there's definitely pieces, but no direct roaches. Hey, what's up, Trick? Good to see you, buddy. In case you're just catching up, we have a PS5 that was brought in because controllers couldn't connect, and when I got it here, it is a one beep every 30-second no power issue. Took it apart and found liquid damage on the outer casing here, as well as roaches, so it's going to be a fun time. find it in a second. Okay. There we go. Yeah, yeah, absolutely my favorite. You know it. All right. Let's get these screws out of here. Fell out. That one came out. That one's good. Okay. All right. So, with those pieces being out, keep the alcohol at the ready. Oh yeah. Oh, good God Almighty. Oh boy. Um, maybe. I don't have the software. I gotta find the software. But maybe. Oh man, I am already not liking what I'm seeing, and I haven't even fully opened it yet. Yeah. Look at all our friend juices. Look at all those friend leftovers. Yeah, so I wasn't planning on streaming today, so I wasn't. I had no intention of doing the UART, but maybe we'll see how it goes. So we have friends. Look at the friends. Oh God, that's gross. Ah. Yeah, I saw that he put out that the free software, so I really need to go and download that and learn how to use it. So I'm more than likely we won't see UART today, but I'll spend some time this week learning how to use his software, and then we can go from there. Hey, what's up, Demi? Good to see you, my friend. So just to catch you up, PS5 came in for controller connection issues, supposedly. Wouldn't connect controllers. Got to my desk and had a one beep every 30 seconds issue, so no power. And opened up the top cover and found liquid damage and roaches. So that's fun. Yeah, we're going to keep taking it apart and see what we can get to here. But first, I got to deal with these roaches. God, that's so gross. Here, in case you didn't get a chance to see, Demi, look at the friends. Look at our friends. I know the camera angle's shit and the quality is bad, but yeah, friends. All right, anyway, let's keep getting to it. All right. And I see some friends down by the power supply, by the main button connector. Oh boy. Well, I really dug myself a hole on this one, but that's what we do. That was the initial, what they initially said. Yes, is that it turned on, but the controllers didn't, they weren't connecting. But if I had to guess, they probably tried to take this to a few other shops, and when they saw the roaches, they said no, we're not taking it. I mean, if they just would have told me, I would have taken it anyway. That's yeah. I work with roach consoles all the time. I just charge extra. It's not a big deal. Um, but this is pretty severely fucked up. Like, there was liquid damage. There's hang on, let me. me swap back over real quick. Hang on. So, I don't know if you can see that, but there's liquid damage on the bottom in the vent holes over there, and then liquid damage up by the fan connector, and then of course our roach friends. Alright, well, let's get into it. Not going to finish until we get started. If I remember correctly, I think these Wi-Fi modules they run on the 3.3 volt. I think it's the later ones that come on a 1.8 volt. So, and there's a lot of roach activity down by the Wi-Fi module. And I can see some of that liquid damage over by the HDMI area. So, I mean, we'll see. Alright. Let's take out 487,728 screws. Let's turn off the ring light for now. Oh yeah, you can kind of, it's hard to see. I'll get it on the microscope. Actually, let me just hit the microscope now real quick. You can kind of see, I don't know if it's roach or liquid damage, but microscope. Oh, nice. Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, so you can kind of see right here where the disk drive connector would normally be. There's all kinds of, it looks like either roach damage or corrosion from water damage all on this area right here. That appears to be liquid. Yeah, that's part of the liquid damage. So if it got under there, then, I mean, it could have gotten anywhere. So we definitely got some corrosion going on here. All right, well. If I'm not mistaken, that's actually pretty close to where the underside of the south bridge is. So it could be a bad south bridge. Get all these screws removed. screws are removed. Let's go ahead and pop the top. Where's my pry tool? These things bend so damn easily. There we go. Try and make this as easy as possible. Oh, there we go. Alright, and we have more roach activity. Nothing alive, thankfully, but roach activity nonetheless. Yeah, I have a feeling it's probably going to be the Wi-Fi module on this, but I mean, there's so many things. There's so many things. Okay. Alright, so let's go into the microscope while we still have all this together, and I'll show you exactly some of the stuff we're looking at. Alright, so obviously we have the corrosion down here by where the disk drive connector normally would be, and I was correct in that that is pretty close to the underside of the south bridge. So we got that going on, and then all of that right here. I can't, it could be liquid damage, it could be roach guts. It's hard to tell. It feels like liquid damage, but I mean, all that around the Wi-Fi module is kind of leading me to believe that's probably where our issue is going to be. But we also have roach friends over here by this IC. We have roach friend over there. I did notice a little bit of corrosion by the HDMI area on the silver plate. I don't see any on the board. We'll dig deeper into that. And then of course we have our roach friends down by the power button. And well, there was one underneath the power supply here. He's kind of hiding right now. I think he's dead, but we'll find out as soon as we pop this board. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and pull our connector here. Pull our power board connector. Let's remove the APU screws. Take off the APU clamp. Oh, I bet you are, Trick. I bet you are. Alright, there we go. Let's pop that board. There we go. Alright. I see another roach friend where the Ethernet port was. Yeah, I'm gonna take a strong suspicion that the Wi-Fi module is gonna be our problem here. And I'll show you why in just a second. However, just a document. Another roach friend, that's where the Ethernet connection plugs into. Another little friend there. And then of course, you can see on the copper plating here. Does it focus in a bit? Yeah, I mean, it's just everywhere on the copper plating. All right, let's get this off. Let's get the board down. All right. I need more coffee. Ugh. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a few cursory glances. Let me fix my microscope real quick. There we go. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I did mention that I saw some corrosion on the silver plate around the HDMI port. There is obviously a hell of a lot of roach activity around the port itself. So we'll check the diode, we'll check the cap, we'll check for any shorts around the encoder IC. Let's keep looking. Pull this up a little bit, give us a better view. Alright, so just looking for any other residual damage. Okay. Right. Nothing seems too bad there. I don't see any discolored caps, anything along those lines. There's our SSD controller. I don't see any kind of discoloration or anything on these components. There's our south bridge. And then on the Ethernet side, you'll see there's some roach activity on those on that main chip itself. So we'll clean that up. We'll test those pins to make sure that there's no shorts, roach activity all over the USB ports. I also did inform the customer already, but I'll show you guys. There is badly damaged USB port. There we go. Yeah, so you can kind of see the pins there are all disjointed and out of whack, whereas these are totally fine. So that's a problem. And then we get to the area that I'm pretty sure is going to be our problem, which is the Wi-Fi IC. So that's the backside of the Wi-Fi IC, and already I think I see a blown cap. I can't tell if that's a cap or dead bug, but that looks like a cap. Right here. Yeah, that's a cap. And that's for sure blown. 100%. Yeah, we got liquid damage, we got roach damage, we got all kinds of damage here. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that's where our problem's going to be. At least it's an easy to find problem. I like easy to find problems. That cap is 100% blown. Let's be very clear about that. Let's get a nice close up of that baby. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. That baby is blown the fuck up. Alright. So that's going to be a problem. I have plenty of donor boards, so I mean I can just grab a cap. That's not a big deal. I just wonder if it's our only problem. Alright. First things first, I have to clean this area. I have to clean the whole area so I can see exactly what I'm working with. So let's pull up a bit. Where's my alcohol? Let the alcohol soak in for a second. Try to break up some of that debris. Now the question is, did we get really lucky and it's just that one blown cap? or do I have to hope and pray that I have a replacement Wi-Fi IC? Because I do have a few donor boards, and I just have to hope that it's the correct Wi-Fi IC, number one, and number two, that it's functional. So, all right, let's get a little more fresh alcohol on there. Let's clean this up. So come in with a toothbrush first. Yeah, you and me both, my friend. You and me both. Oh, I gotta get fresh Q-tips. Oh, I'm apparently out. I know I've got another package here somewhere. I know I have a package here somewhere. Hang on. Oh, Lord. With the bad BIOS, was it giving you the three beeps, or because of the bad Wi-Fi and the bad South Bridge, it was still trying to power on, but then the BIOS ended up being bad afterwards? Well, I had extra Q-tips, and apparently they have absconded. So, just a moment, let me go retrieve some. Well, apparently every Q-tip in my house has just left the fucking building. So, that's fun. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I was wondering about that, but yeah, I guess with a bad Wi-Fi and a bad South Bridge, it's not going to do much of anything. Oh. I had a whole nother bag of these things, I swear to God. Alright, well, we'll have to make do. Alright. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. We got this. Alright. So let's clean up this area as much as possible. Oh, there goes the cap. Yep. So that cap is goner. Alright. Do I have any pads left to work with? Um, don't look like it, do it? Well, I mean, yeah, I could obviously just use my tongue, but yeah, let's try and be professionals about it. Yeah, I don't want to leave my DNA all over the customer's console here. I mean, there might be just enough for me to get some solder on there, enough to hold the cap anyway. All right, let's check for some shorts. All right. All right, so meters in continuity mode. Okay, so those caps are all good. Yeah, exactly, Caitlin. You understand. All right, so all those caps are fine. And it doesn't appear to be a short here either. That discoloration is concerning, but yeah, that could just be residual from the blown cap. But there's no other shorts there. All right, so we'll come back to that. I do want to check around the underside of the board. So we're going to do just a little bit of cursory digging here and see if we can find any additional shorts. Make sure there's no blown fuses, anything like that. Alright, so that's good. Let's come over to our friend over here. Check out these caps. No shorts on the inductors. Okay. Let's check F7003. Let's make sure that fuse is good. That's not a fuse, that's a resistor, just kidding. Alright, let's check around here. Okay. Interesting. This apparently doesn't have a ground plane. Okay. That's a fuse. I think. Yep, that fuse is good. Alright. Let's go ahead and clean off our lovely Ethernet chip. quick. Alright. Make sure we don't have any shorts along these lines. Okay, so that's fine, no shorts. I always like to check these big caps just to be sure. Alright, so I'm pretty comfortable saying that everything on that side's fine. Let's flip over to the other side of the board. Alright, so now we got a better look at this corrosion. And the more I look at it, the more this is going to be probably the entire Wi-Fi card, but I'm going to hold out hope that maybe I can just do that one cap. Because again, none of the other caps are short. Just that one cap was blown completely. So let's go ahead and give it a quick spritz. I wish I could have tested to see if the caps were short with that cap still in line, but it is what it is. That's about as good as that's going to get. Alright, let's test around the SSD controller line and under the south bridge. Make sure we don't have any shorts there. And if not, then we'll try and replace just that one cap and see if we can make it happen from there. And if not, then it's probably going to be the entire Wi-Fi module. Alright, so that's the underside of the south bridge. Let's just test around for some shorts. Oh, that's why, okay. Okay. Alright, so underside of the south bridge seems fine. roll over to. Let's just double check F7002 because we all know that F7002 can be real weird sometimes. Actually, it's the fuse on the other side of the board, but let's just double check it to be sure. Okay, yeah, F7002 is fine. All right, let's check around the SSD controller. I've run into problems here before. Just eliminating any and all other possible issues before I start digging into this Wi-Fi. I mean, obviously the cap needs to be replaced, but well, damn it. I had a feeling. Yeah. Yep. Sure enough. You're not supposed to be shorted on the inductor. God damn it. They're not going to want to fix this. I'm going to charge too much. Yeah. That's not supposed to be shorted. Oh, it's only shorted up here, though. That's weird. These are fine. So it's only this area that's shorted. These are fine. This inductor is fine. But this inductor and these 4 caps are all short. Oh, lordy lord. You know what? Maybe it's a bad IC. Maybe if I inject voltage, we'll find that it's just the IC and not the entire SSD controller. Let's check for shorts under the SSD controller, shall we? Yeah. Yep. SSD controller shot. They're not going to fix it. Ain't no way in hell. Oh, Lord. Oh, boy. So, we have bad SSD, bad SSD controller. We have more than likely bad Wi-Fi module. Which the bad Wi-Fi module would also explain why the controllers weren't connecting, because that all runs the Bluetooth system as well. Oh boy. All right, let me reach out to the customer real quick and let them know how much it's going to be. I very much doubt they're going to want to do it, but shut up, multimeter. For this job, parts and labor, because I won't use uh, I won't use salvage parts on the SSD controller unless I know for sure it's good. And unfortunately, most of the boards I have don't. Oh yeah, I can't confirm that it's good. So parts and labor on a job like this is usually around like 200, 250, something like that. Plus, with the pest fee and everything. Shut up. So around like two, something like that. 225, 250, depending on how bad it is. Because you got to remember, if it's the SSD controller, when you lift those chips, it's almost impossible not to either tear a pad or tadpole them, and then you have to go in with the solder mask or conformal coating, whatever it is, and fix up all the tadpoles. Then you have to run through, reball the chip, unless you can get a bald one, which is fine. Um, then for the Wi-Fi module, I got to source a Wi-Fi module, assuming I don't have the correct one. I got to reball that. I got to test everything afterwards. And these SSD controller jobs suck, man. I have had 3 of them come in so far, and only one of them has been successful. They're just such a pain in the ass. I hate them. I do them, and I've been successful at it. It's just it's not an easy job. All right. So I just sent the customer the bad news along with my quote and my time frame, and I'm anticipating a negative response, but but we'll see. So I'll give him a second to get back to me. Rebridge the Southball. Yeah, that's exactly what the fuck I'm gonna do. Honestly, that was my initial thought. Was when I was coming in here, I was like, okay, maybe yeah, we can reflow the South Bridge, see if that works. If that's the case, then I have an extra South Bridge somewhere I can pull off, and we'll do a quick reball on it and throw it on, and it'll be fine. But as soon as I saw liquid damage, I knew it was probably game over from there. Oh boy. Oh, sorry. Hold a moment, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. If UART reads and the Southbridge is good, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it wouldn't be able to send communication, I guess, if that's the case. So yeah, I could see that. All right. Well, that is unfortunate. I was really hoping that we'd have something that, yeah, I could actually get done. If it was just the Wi-Fi module, I could probably do the job, and it wouldn't be nearly as expensive. But the SSD pushes that expense way up to the next level. That is not an easy job. Oh boy, that's unfortunate. Yeah, SSD is totally shorted out. The SSD controller rail. I mean, you and I both have worked on those same problems many times, and yeah, the rail is short, and the all the caps underneath the SSD controller are short. So that's yeah, the SSD needs to be replaced. All right, now I'm just kind of waiting to hear back from the customer on this, but like I said, I'm not anticipating any kind of positive response. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and end the impromptu stream here. Like I said, I wasn't planning on streaming today at all. I was going to wait until next week because next week, not only will I have another broken console to fix, but I will have my brand new hot air station coming in, which I'm very excited about. So I'll get to show off some of the new tools, and next week I'll also have the UART software and all of that. So we will make sure that the UART is also working to perfection. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream here. I got some other things I got to go take care of. Oh, I got it's an Atten. Hang on, let me. Let me find it real quick. Oh, actually, he wants me to fix it. Okay, I'm honestly shocked. That's I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, yeah, the 862D, that one. Focus. There we go. Yeah. All right. Well, they actually want me to fix it, so I'm I'm a little bit surprised. But that's I honestly wasn't expecting that. So, all right. Well, I am going to go ahead and cut the stream then because I have to get parts ordered, and it's going to take those. It's going to take time for those parts to get here. And whenever the parts come in, we'll revisit it. But until then, I'm going to put everything back together, and we'll go from there. But I will be back next week, and we'll do some UArt. We'll check out the new hot air station, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So until then, love you guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Always love seeing your faces, even though I can't see your faces. And same time next week, eh? Be good.